Hello, children. All right, Wednesday morning, we're going to do max effort day. This is the little wrist wrench, which I'm not real happy with. There's 60 pounds on it now, so we're just getting started. And just a few rules with max effort day. The lift starts at zero load. You don't load the arm up and then lift it. You start lifting from 0 pounds. And you start in as legally neutral position as you can, within reason. I mean, there's no science to it. So we start, the 12 o'clock position. There's 70 pounds. This wrist wrench is way too long. I should have cut it down to where it was only about that long. And I regret making it long, but I don't regret it enough to fix it. Because I've had years to fix it and I haven't. But when it's this big and you get down close to the table, all of this right here is just too much. I think if I would have cut that much off either side of it, it would have been way better. But there's no science or rules to this homemade equipment. This is duct tape, not friction tape. So this is very slippery. I thought with the smaller handle, I was going to lift a lot of weights. I did put grooves in it, but this handle is so slippery that it's very hard to hold on to. So these numbers are not going to be impressive. And touch the peg. When you're pulling pad to pad, try to stay somewhat legal. So I try to touch the peg. So I'm not quite getting to a pinning position, but yeah. When you're the only dude in the gym, you make the rules. So that was 80. Trying to think of what else. It's pretty simple. Start from a 0 load, touch the peg. Start fairly legal. And just lift a bigger number than last time. My pin stack is a single pulley, so it works. Oh, I'll highlight something that you already know, but might not realize the sheer joy of it. Handle is so slippery. Slip sliding away. This is 90. We're definitely got to get into the 100-pound club. I can't go around saying it takes 100 pounds of side pressure. And then this isn't really side pressure, obviously. But so when it's this slippery, man, you got to really, really squeeze your fingers to keep that handle in place. Oh, and I'm cupping it mainly when I keep the thumb up there just to get some stability to it. Once again, Not a whole lot of science. When you get up to your max effort, there's only one way you can lift it, so you'll adjust things as you go. That was close. I almost lost it. Not through the arm. The arm can lift it, but it almost slipped out of my hands. Where have you gone? I'm missing you. I don't know what I can do. Hit it with some sandpaper. Wouldn't that be great if you could do that in a competition? Put the back of your opponent's hand and rough it up with some sandpaper. No. Rita, where have you gone? So I'm lifting it with a fairly flat wrist. I'm not getting my wrist drilled in, but I think that's mostly because it's so slippery. Where have you gone? I'm missing you. There you go. All right, 100 pounds. Boy, that's slippery. Hey there. Where have you gone? Oh, I didn't even budget. Haha, it's a big jump. Where have you gone? I'm missing you. Man, didn't budge an inch. All right, that's the goal for today. Try to get 100 off, 100 on the left and 110 off the right. So we will go back to 95 on the left. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. As you can see, my wrist wrench doesn't have that bar, so you also got to control the handle this way. We're going to count that. It's 95. See, what I learned was before I was trying to kind of hook and drag it. Now that it's getting heavier, I'm pushing from here to try to get it moving. Because you can lift a little weight lots of ways, but you can only lift the heavy weight once. One way. You got options on small weights. Big weights, you can only lift it one configuration. All right, 105. Whew. Do, 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 do. This is my better wrist wrench, so you can see how the design got better. Just by comparing the overall length of the two, this is the right size, and then in diameter wise. But this one's easier because even though that's metal pipe, it's rougher. Like I said, that's just duct tape. That's very slippery. All right. 105. Where have you gone? I'm missing you. All right, let's try 100 again on the left. Just trying to see if I had an old record with this multi-spinner. I do, going parallel, which is easier than, it's less handwork in this way, but I don't see it. How are we doing? 100 pounds on the left. On your left. I'll count that half, but what's significant is 6-7 minutes ago I think didn't even come off the floor, but by backing down and coming back, I definitely lifted it. So off go, I lifted the 100 pounds. I couldn't finish it, but a lot of that's because the handle's too wide. As I dribble coffee all over my face. All right, 110. I don't know what my PR for that move is. Even in my old weightlifting book, which the cats took, I don't know what you did with it. I don't think I had a record for it, so that 100-pound half rep becomes the new PR on the left hand. Where have you gone? I'm missing you. Jesus. I'll count that half. But it didn't budge before. In all honesty, if I sat here and rested for like 10 or 15 minutes, I could probably get a full rep out of it. But for the purposes of the YouTube universe, we won't do that. Now we'll just hit some wrist work. On arm days, we do the vector, do the wrist, do the reverse. Try to keep the whole arm healthy. So we're down to 50 pounds, and we're just going to do the wrist motion. Especially when it's so slippery. The wrist and the grip is what was limiting me. Again, we start from a dead stop because it makes it harder for a couple of reasons. One, you're not preloading your body. That's the difference between squatting and deadlifting. 1, 9, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3. It also takes more force to get the weight moving. That's the whole force equals mass times acceleration. And static friction is always higher than kinetic friction. So to get something moving takes more force than to keep something moving. All in all, makes it harder to get started. And on go, boom, it's that rapid recruitment of muscles that's usually the difference. We're up to 70 now. So I'm really starting to think sets of 10 is too many reps for hands and arms. I'm thinking 5 is almost ideal. 3 to 5. You do it sets of 10, it's like the first 5 don't count. You do sets of 5, it's like everyone counts. All reps count. All reps matter. Where have you gone? Not seeing you. Back on the wall. Oh, that might be it for that one. La da 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 da. Where have you gone? I'm missing you. I'm All right, let's work the back side of everything. Drop it down to a piddly 30 pounds. Right hand. So I always never know whether to do it the easy way or the hard way. Let's try the hard way. The hard way is where you're going backwards, but you're, let's see what would that do. I don't want to do that. We'll do it this way. Force you to the background. Okay. Oh, that's stupid. It said 30 pounds and I put it at 20. That was just a little too. Well, she's back in the atmosphere. Drops of Jupiter. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Alright. 10 is too many reps. So 100 or 40. Let's try 50. You just across this. It's all faded, and heaven is overrated. Tell me, is your fall full of shooting stars? One of the burning sky, looking for yourself. That's a little heavy, but a little heavy is just highlight. You're just a little heavy. And heaven is overrated. All right, we're gonna do one more set. Don't think I've said any dirty words. YouTube flagged my last video and I said there wasn't nothing in it. They said there was. I asked them to review it. They evidently gave it the go. Oh, they might have emailed me. I was gonna say I never got a message, but they might have emailed me and said it was fine because it's up and running now without restrictions. Yourself out there. Whew. Oh. That's enough. Let me do 3 sets of these. And heaven is overrated. Alright. I'm reading your comments. If I heart your comment, it means I read it. I'm liking it. You guys are very nice. Don't get too many bad ones. Almost all the bad ones are directed at somebody else. Well, except for those girls. All right, I think she's done. That's all she wrote. Thanks for kids. Thanks for joining us, kids. We'll see you tomorrow morning.